Yes, sir.
What's up, bro?
Oh, man, same shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Back at it.
Yeah.
In the lab, what it do, baby?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We had a little couple weeks off, so I'm a little charged.
Yeah.
Hyped up about it today. Platform.
Yeah.
What's the feedback, though? What you been having? Damn, where y'all been at, right?
Yeah, same shit. Yeah. That's what they been talking about. They talking about y'all done?
Yeah, negative. Yeah, we just getting started.
You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to the, shout the sponsors out first. Shout out to Yo-How Helping Hands, Flex Fitness, and that Wash Bar, and Self-Preparatory Academy. Mm-hmm.
We working on the intro too, man. My little youngin', the artist Damage, he gonna put a little intro together for us. We still building the actual platform as we go. So.
Damage still rapping?
Yeah, he on fire.
Damage.
He on fire.
He one thing.
No, he on fire.
No, Damage one thing.
Yeah, he got a passion for music, so
right.
That's awesome. You guys that been watching it, if this your first time viewing the podcast, and the moral to my left is my sons and my nephew. I always like to give gratitude to my boys, and shout them out by name just in case anybody in the viewers want to pray for, because you also can pray for the people in the grave, and that's important. So, to my left, I got my son, Gerald Stewart, who died in Philadelphia at the age of 23 from gun violence. Right next to him, I got my nephew, Omar Vasquez, who died in Philadelphia from a car accident. And right next to him, I got my son, Mukman Jenkins, who died in Philadelphia from gun violence as well at the age of 18. And I got my son, Montrell Stewart, who died in Philadelphia from gun violence at the age of 26. Yeah, I ain't say Omar. Omar was 18 as well. So, consequences, and
Lord make their grave spacious.
Sure, I mean.
Yeah. Consequences.
Mm-hmm.
What it do, bro?
Yeah, just taking that moment to, just reflect on them. You know what I mean? I like to just just take that moment. You know what I mean? It's a grieving situation, day in and day out, but I'm clear on, the fact that I gotta keep it moving because, my other family members depending on me, you know what I'm saying? And, God don't make no mistakes, you know what I'm saying? I'm a true believer in the decree of God, you know what I'm saying? So, although it hurt, don't get me wrong, but I gotta keep it moving, you feel me? So, with that being said, we got guests today, man.
You already know.
You know what I mean? That's my childhood homie, too.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
You feel me? We always like the guests to, introduce themselves, you know what I mean? Because we don't want to take away anything, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, no further ado, got my guy, Spedo. What's up, baby?
Man, I'm blessed to be here. You know what I mean? I'm blessed that y'all invited me. You know what I'm saying? It's few and far between you actually be able to sit down on these platforms with genuine, real good people. So, I appreciate y'all having me here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, real rap.
Appreciate that. You know what's so crazy? We had the day and age when you're talking about other men, when men talking about other men, it's very seldom do you see that they give, each other that accolade, you know what I mean? That compliment, that praise. So I appreciate that, you know what I mean? Because nowadays, man, it's just negativity on negativity. We searching for the...
It don't cost you nothing to do that.
Facts.
You don't lose nothing by doing that. You know what I mean? And that come with age. You know what I'm saying? Because me at 20, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But being, you know what I mean? You learn, you grow, you evolve.
That's all that. That's a fact, man.
Yeah.
Right off the back, man, let's get right to it, man. Let's get into your journey. Like, what was life, for Spedo before 20? You know what I'm saying? How you grew up, where you grew up at. Let's let the viewers know exactly who you are, because a lot of people think they know you.
Right.
They don't really know you. Right. And whatever you giving them is dope. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, our personal lives, we don't really use that on these platforms. But what was life like for you before people knew, the world knew who you were?
It was a lot of nurturing, growing. You know what I'm saying? You childhood friends, so we grew up playing in dirt together. You know what I mean? And I was raised by a great mother. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, she gave me the opportunity to be able to explore who I was. You want to play football, I'm gonna be there. You want to play basketball, you want to swim, whatever you want to do. She a funder. She might fuss a little bit, but she gonna fund it. You know what I'm saying? So I love that lady, man. She always been there for me. But I grew up, in Nicetown, born and bred. I grew up down there, and also grew up with my family on Hansberry Street. So it was like I was both places, and it's just like it always was love, man. And then the music kind of like fell in my lap, you know what I mean? I was an athlete, you know what I mean, growing up as a kid. I did my ones and twos, you know what I mean? Just like everybody else,
Right.
You know what I mean? But the rap, like I tripped over it, you know what I mean? It wasn't really a thing for me.
Yeah, that's what's up. So you was what sports you played when you was a youngin'?
Everything, man. You know what I mean? It's now even when I ride through the city now, it's like you going to look in the park, it's empty.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I remember the sun was out, the park can never be empty. It don't get the sun up and it's 32 degrees. If the sun out there, we playing ball.
Right.
We playing football. We didn't have a football. Beast, we didn't steal
we
schoolyard.
was
We stuffing trash in the hug cart.
Right.
We didn't even have a football. Couldn't even afford the football. We stuffing
we
trash
was
in the
rough,
hug cart
too.
and playing kill a man. You know what I mean?
Yo, we was rough too.
Yeah, your mom be ready to kill you, getting grass stains in your jeans and all of that. Yeah, man. But life was simple. I wouldn't say it was better because, it was what it was, but we learned how to do more with less. And nowadays, kids do less with more.
That's a fact.
So,
Dang, that
That's
was
a fact.
powerful.
Yeah, sure.
Because that's true.
Ain't no doubt.
You know what I mean?
Ain't no doubt. So when you say the rap stumbled across you, how old was you the first time you wrote your first rhyme, bro?
I might have been about 17.
Yeah.
And I just, you know what I mean? The niggas, my gang around the way, you know what I'm saying? Lyrical terrorists, they was rapping. I'm like, dang, I wonder if I could write a rap. Like, I always been pretty intelligent. I always could really articulate myself kind of well. So I'm like, damn, maybe I'll give it a shot. You know what I mean? And then I wrote a rap. And I let my man Dark hear it. I was like, Dark, what you think? He like, man, that shit good. You know what I mean? And then I just kept going on, and I just got better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just got better.
Yeah. So your first group was Lyrical Terrorists?
Yeah.
Hey, my guys, too.
Yeah, shout out to them. That's my family. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit, they was already doing it. I was like the mascot. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what I mean? They was like, I was like learning. You know what I mean?
They was hot, too.
Yeah, man.
Y'all was hot back.
Hell yeah.
I forgot all about the...
But the Philly rap scene wasn't what it is now.
Right.
Yeah.
There were not... Being a rapper wasn't cool back then. Right. You know what I'm saying? And there wasn't no guys from Philly really getting on like that. You feel what I'm saying? It took some work. You know what I'm saying? It took some work. I mean, it would be like your few and far betweens, the Roots and Muhammad. Like, it was a few. That was Philly hip hop back then.
Right.
That. And then it evolved as we grew. You know what I'm saying? I really got more into it when I kind of was off it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was kind of like I'm full-time trapping. I mean, I'm trapping. You know what I mean? I'm not. And then it was kind of like Gil and them kind of brought me back into it. You know what I'm saying? And was like, yo, we ready to put this thing together. Wow, Gil and Low. Yo, we ready to put this thing together. Call Major Figures. Bro, come on, get back on the... Like, all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still was like kind of off it. Then I called Gil. I'm like, come on, we gonna go to the stew. And then we just went in there and popped something out and it worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's hot. You know what's so crazy? Like me knowing the origin of everything, right?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I was a young and I was trying to figure out how the hell you got with Gil and them.
But me and Gil grew up together as well. You feel what I'm saying? You know, Gil played on Nicetown Steelers with us and all that. So
sure.
Gil, we all grew up, even if you from Nicetown, the area, we all grew up going to Nicetown Boys and Girls Club, going to Gillespie, going to Gratz. So you all grow up together.
You know, the reason why I said that, because a lot of people don't realize how geographical like the city was even back then.
For sure.
Like I remember going to the camera shop and had to bump into certain dudes from Area Avenue.
For sure.
You know what I mean? If you wasn't who you was, jokers was taking your sneaks and all that. And then the same thing vice versa with the cats from Logan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like Nicetown was like, we against Logan, we going up against Area Ave. And I was like, don't get me wrong, I was like, damn, I was excited because y'all was hot too. The figures was ooh. Right. You know, I was already booked.
That was
I was already locked up. I was locked up when y'all was going bananas. I'm like, damn, they going bananas. You know, like I knew Gil as a youngin', but I knew you more. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I was a little
Well,
confused.
Bump used to always come up Nice Town because Bump with
Bump
the grass
too,
was dark, and he
yeah.
always used to be up there
Yeah,
with us. So
yeah,
it wasn't like none of these guys was no strangers.
Facts.
And like you say, you know, if you go to camera shop, if you was one of them guys, I always view myself as one of them guys. So I always could go to area. I always could go to Logan. I always could, you know what I'm saying? Just like you know, it was guys from area and from Logan that always came to Nice Town.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know, it is what it's for who you are. You know what I mean?
What block you grew up on? Juliana?
I lived on a few blocks, but Smedley Street.
Smedley Street was his
yeah, but remember I used to live across the street from Still. I used to live on Bristol. I used to be lived on Downton Street.
Was the crib we used to run in and out of.
Sorry, Ma.
Yeah. He used to run in and out of that joint.
Sorry, Ma.
Yeah. I had some guys, like my guys from Erie Avenue was Lil Richie, rest in peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know, I used to run around with Lil Richie. Yeah, I mean, obviously Don, you know what I mean, Don book locked up for our life sentence. But I had a couple guys, Tone.
Mill.
Yeah, Tone, you know what I mean, rest in peace, Tone.
Yeah, Wiz, you know what I mean? It's like we always was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you think about it, you like, damn, it was a bunch of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mario was my guy.
Mario, yeah. Was the guy.
Shout out to all of them, and shout out to Erie. The same thing you saying, it was guys down Erie saying the same thing. Like, what, man, you got bull with you? Right. You know?
Yeah.
Progress is uncomfortable, man. Growth is uncomfortable.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And it wasn't like I said, it happened accidentally. Like everybody was kind of off it. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, it was like a chance joint. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to have did it with my guys too. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to have made it happen. However it happened, you know what I'm saying? I would have loved to change, you know, help change the lives of everybody. But, you know, it didn't go that way, but you know.
And then when I looked up, me and Low was up Camp Hill.
That's
I looked up, we talking through the gate. He on B, I'm on A. He doing his raps through the gate.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're in jail and the Joker spit a rap, you be like, yo, you can rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody can rap if you could. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
For sure. Because it's entertainment.
Right.
I need
you like,
to help
pass
the day anyway. I'm big.
Right.
Yeah, you think they can rap? You put him in the studio. You're like, this nigga can't rap to a beat.
That's how I always thought about Low. I'm like, no, Low
like
can
this
spit.
nigga can't catch the beat. No, Low can spit.
Right.
Yeah, he can rap. Yeah.
He used to be on the gate spitting.
Low used to be running around with me, and I used to teach him like, yo, your rap's too long, Low.
Yeah.
Like cut them raps. Like Low was serious. I mean, listen, one thing about Low, when he's serious about something, he's serious about it. So he's never going to give anything less than 100 to whatever he's into. Right. Whatever he trying to do, he ain't going to give nothing less than 110.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Those was the good old
for the viewers, Low is Wallow. You know what I mean? Y'all know who we talking about.
Yeah.
But the figures blew. You know what I mean? Let's fast forward a little bit. Y'all was hot everywhere y'all went, man. How that felt, man? You know what I'm saying? Like to be like, you know, touching just the level of acknowledgement on a successful tip. You know, for people to acknowledge y'all, like, yo, y'all hot rappers everywhere y'all went. I know y'all had it on Smash in Philly, you know, and other places. But how was it like that for you? You know what I mean? Being like a rapper and feeling like, yo, I'm on the edge of making it.
I never really looked at it like that. You feel what I'm saying? I never appreciated none of that stuff until I was in jail. And then like random people would just write me or strangers. And I'm like, yo, y'all really like that shit meant that much to y'all? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like to me, it was just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I never looked at it because like I always was the guy to stand to the side, stand in the back. Like I really didn't, you know what I'm saying? I never really like was that really comfortable with fame. I like being a regular guy. Right. You know what I'm saying? I like to just bob around and be regular. So I never took it in like, I'm that nigga. And maybe that's to my detriment because as an artist, that's one of your strengths. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that was one of my faults, not being more assertive like that. But, you know, I am who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Damn.
So you used to get fan mail when you was locked up?
For sure.
Yeah.
People fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and then when I'm locked up, the internet came. Not the internet, but social media, MySpace and all of that. And then, you know, somebody made me a MySpace and put my information on there, and then I just used to just get all this random mail from people and shit. I'm like, damn it, but it'd be from people from all over.
Right.
I'm talking about people from all over. Like, I don't know you, but I listen to your music. They from all over.
Like, what year you went in?
I went in 2002.
2000, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, 2002. Dang.
Yeah, I was working my way down now.
Yeah.
I
I had just came home.
Yeah.
I just came home. And I remember I saw you at you remember you see me at Chrome that night?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, damn, we talked about some things and then you had got booked. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And he was like, damn, have you home, man. We was all excited to see each other.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But
that's the cycle. So they go.
Right.
So somebody
Somebody
going
coming
in, somebody
in,
coming out, somebody going in.
Look at little Dirt.
Yeah.
Thug come home, Dirt go in. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's just like, even with all of them people, even with all of those situations, and I hope the best Dirk Muslim. So you know what I mean, may Allah, you know what I'm saying,
make it
show his
easy
favor on him. Yeah, you know what I mean, and all of them, anybody that's going through that, because they're just a few of many, because it's a lot of artists who are not as big as them that
going through
went through it and is
Right.
in there right now that are not as big as stars as them. Myself being one of them at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is, the industry and these companies love to market and promote destruction, and then they turn their back on you. You feel what I'm saying? When it's no longer, when you're not the
no
guy,
longer needed, right?
when you're no longer profitable, you know what I'm saying, or fit the agenda, then you know what I'm saying, you become a throwaway. You know what I mean?
Dang.
And it's just like, I know, because me personally, when I first came home, I personally had a meeting with a label and they offered me a large sum of money, but they like, yo, you got to get on there and get like this and be like this. And I'm like, nah, I ain't on that. You feel me? They expected me to act like a drill. I'm like, no, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that ain't me.
like you crazy?
Yeah.
You crazy? And it's just the reality of it is like, we had a whole era of people who promoted their, you know what I'm saying? They self-promoted their, you know what I mean? They stuff.
Right.
And it's like the music coming back to curse them because they in the courtroom playing the music.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
Or they playing the video when you got the, there you go, right there behind you. The shooter that killed, he right there behind you in the video.
You're right.
Like, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, it was a whole era of that.
Yeah.
It was a whole era of that. And it's just like, now it's like,
self-incriminating.
yeah, but it's like now that, you know what I mean? They coming back for their payment.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, most guys, they could have booked, some guys they let get a 10-year run, then cook them. Some guys, they get out the way fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the reality. It's just, I just tell people when I mentor and I talk to young men, just be careful out here.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a guy who's naive to how this thing go out here. Some of you young niggas was born to do this, like Kobe and LeBron was born to play basketball. This is just your thing. Y'all want to, y'all aspire to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, our cycle was different. Our successful criminal to us was the guy with the money.
Right.
The successful criminal they look up to is the dude with the most.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the mindset. You know what I mean? It's the mindset.
Right.
That's all.
That's all. I remember that. Chasing, you know what I mean? Wanting to be under the, you know what I'm saying? A young boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, as a kid,
With
that's
the-
my
with the-
car.
with the-
Before
yeah.
we was little. Before you even thought about hustling. Shit.
I mean, money.
That was the thing.
How many young boys you talk to that they really about getting some money?
It's a bragging right thing. We always talk about that on this podcast. How many people you can really, put down or whatever the case may be, however they view it or see it, with them shootings and all that. But it's creatures of habits, man. It's like popularity.
Yeah.
You know what's exciting, what's more popular for us, like we just said, the most popular person was the guy who had the money,
For sure.
had the cars, had the girls.
For sure.
And that was attractive.
For sure.
And the moves and the steps that they
Knew how to
made,
dress.
that's how we were stepping.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? So now it's just, and the crazy thing about it is that's what everything. So like what you mentioned in the 10-year run, if we really think about it, the mindset of the people who's in control of, how they run down and arrest certain people doing certain things, they get the understanding that these young men are telling on themselves, right?
For sure.
And we have all the evidence that we need, but this person is going to duplicate that same behavior inside of their culture, and it's going to become an epidemic type of thing, a trend. So as we bury ourselves doing the same thing repeatedly, because we creatures of habits, now it's like, okay, there's a ball and fire now. Now they getting the people who's quote unquote not the most important, but the most successful amongst us.
Yes.
And that's why you're seeing like the guys like Dirk going to jail now.
Well, back in the day, they used to stone you in front of the town people.
Right.
For everybody to watch.
Right.
And that's basically what they doing.
Doing,
They
right.
stoning them in front of the townspeople. Y'all thought this dude was powerful. We're going to show you that he's nobody.
Right. Did he?
Oh, y'all think money is everything. We're going to show you the difference between money and power.
Right.
There is a difference.
There's a big difference.
We're going to show you the difference between money and power.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes.
That was clear.
Yeah,
That's
speak-
clear.
You know what I mean?
Super clear now.
Right. Super clear.
Super clear. You know what I mean?
Money is the goal. Get the money, and then you got like I couldn't even imagine being like
Yeah, the money not really
being a multi-millionaire and I'm sitting in jail
I mean,
for making irrational decisions.
yeah, it's just
I'm grateful for the era I grew up in, man.
Yeah.
Like the mindset now. So with that being said, what's your mindset look like now versus? Well, let's backtrack a little bit. How long did you do in jail?
I did about 12. Yeah.
12 years.
Yeah.
Did it go fast?
In hindsight, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when you're doing it,
Right.
but it really do is just like you know how it is. You do your bid from season to season. The leaves on the trees, the leaves off. Night yard, no night yard. You know what I'm saying? Football season, basketball, like you. That's how you chop the years down. So you chop the years down, how you chop them down.
Yeah.
It just be sad, you know. Like it's like, damn man, y'all, it's rough in that joint, y'all. But like we used to bid still a little bit. Like ain't no bid.
Yeah, no.
This post COVID, it's different in these places.
Yeah, they making it smaller. You know, the jail, even the penitentiaries, they making them smaller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like now they shut Greaterford down. Yeah. They got them in like mods.
Control.
They controlling you more.
Control.
Like,
separation and control. Yeah. They don't want it wide open. It's easier to corral 40 guys on a block than it is to block of 200 and 400.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Right. So, you know what I mean? They're institutions now. They ain't penitentiaries, they're institutions now.
Right.
So during your 12-year bit, let me ask you this, did you lose some people?
Sure. For sure. Very important people, close people to me. Family, friends. I got plenty of them joints. Yo, you got to go to religious services. I know I ain't put in no request slip. You know what I mean? You know that call. Yo, they want you at religious service. They come get you out the yard. You know.
I got that call.
You got to go to religious service. You know what I mean? I got that a bunch of times when I was in there. You know what I mean? And after a while, you get desensitized to death.
Yeah.
Because people come in and out of your life so much. It's like when somebody not here no more, you don't really feel it because you in there. And it may not have been a person that you talk to all the time anyway. So it's like, it hurt bad as a month, but then you just like, dang, all right, I got to walk these dogs down. I can't be walking around here limping and sniffling and snuffling and whimping and crying.
That just hurt.
You know what I'm saying? You know, could smell fear. You know what I mean? Smell blood, smell, weakness. It's the penitentiary, you know what I mean? So, I'm going to sniff a little bit. I'm going to sell you out the yard.
Right.
I'm going to wash my face, pray, you know what I mean? And get it back together.
Get it back together, right.
You know what I mean? That's it. That's it.
I got that call. I did the same thing, sniffled a little bit, got it, you know what I mean? My son said, you need a minute? Yeah, I need a minute. All right, you know what I mean? I'm back. This was down in county, too.
And not even that, you see a million guys coming back to the block that got the call.
Right.
Might be a celly that got the call. I've been in cellies with plenty dudes, their mom died or they lost a child or something, you know what I mean? Or just on the block, somebody you kick it with every day. You know how it be.
Yeah.
And it be like, damn, man, it really be real and it make you be grateful. That was one of my greatest things was to be able to walk through the door and my mother still to be alive and breathing when I came home.
That's what I'm praying for, man.
I was like, damn. And I made it home to see my son graduate high school. Them was the only two things I used to pray for.
I remember you posted that.
Yeah, that's the
graduation joint.
That was the only two things I used to pray for. I didn't care about coming home and getting no money, being six. I mean, you need money, but I didn't come home about being no star, being no.
Right.
I want to see my mom alive and breathing, and my son graduate high school.
I prayed for to see my grandma, bro. Yeah. And she died 3 weeks before I got out.
I came home. My grandma died 4 days after I came home. My grandma was on rest when I came home. They gave me a special pass. I was in the halfway house at Kentucky, and they let me go see her. She died the next day. Yeah. You know what I mean? But my grandma was 102 years old. She lived an amazing life.
Man, that's awesome.
She wasn't sick or none of that organs and shit. Like, she was just old. You know what I mean? So it wasn't even no sadness with that. She had a great run.
She had a bean. She did a bean.
She had a great run.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, man. It was a great run. I know they get Allah bless me and give me 100 years.
It's
gonna be some history. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
You get the bean out of me. I'm gonna do some things.
Yeah.
I'm already
I'm gonna shake the world up in this. You know what I mean?
Right. Number 50.
I'm almost halfway there, but you give me another.
Right.
Knowing what I know now,
yeah.
you give me another 50 at this pace. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we got action. Yeah.
Right.
We got action.
Yeah,
Real rat.
For sure.
Real rat.
Let me ask you this though. What was you stumbled back in? You went back in. How long you went back in for?
I was in for 13 months, for like 13 lifetimes.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
I was in the
How did
county. They
that feel?
they didn't send us back upstate no more.
Right.
And you know it's bad when you begging to go back to the penitentiary. But
Right.
it was just like, and it wasn't just the being, it was just like I was living my worst nightmare, being an old nigga in jail.
Dang.
You feel me? You know, like I was the nigga, oh, you too old to be coming through it. Like I was, and everybody knows me. So now everybody onking it. Oh, like it just
Right.
burnt me out. Like, you know what I mean? And it was just different in there. But it was like, I was like, Danny, I'm in they way.
Right.
Right.
This part of my life, phase of my life was over.
Damn,
it was
I'm
over
in a they
with.
way.
I'm in they way. What am I mad for? You know what I'm saying? This phase of my life is supposed to have been over. So this what the F I get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? By the grace of Allah, you know, Allah showed his favor on me and I was successful. And I got home, but from that day on, it was over. You know what I mean? I went to school, guys. I got to figure out something. I went to school, got the CDL, and I just went from there.
Right.
Like I said, I'm going to do the uncool thing for a while and see how this works.
Right.
Man, that
You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't gonna hold you. The uncool thing been panning out.
What?
That
Man, you
shit
crazy.
panning out.
Because I realized the cool nigga ain't that cool. The cool thing ain't that cool.
It ain't that.
Right.
That ain't that cool.
Yeah, what's probably ain't it no more,
Yeah,
man.
That was 13 months?
Yes.
Dang.
That hurt.
13 lifetimes.
Yeah,
That
hurt.
felt like the 12.
I'm 13 months at 40.
Right.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
At 40, right.
Yes. Yes. I'm in there. I'm in there. Niggas' children is in there that I know. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like, oh man, come on, bro. What are you doing?
Right.
But you know, at the end of the day, you know, you understand the consequences of the decisions that you make. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You 10 down. You know what I mean?
Right.
10 down.
I can't understand it. Like, you know, we all take the risk, man. Like, and you got to figure out some other ways
For sure.
to skin the cat. You know what I mean? You
For
can't
sure.
be that arrogant. You know what I mean? Because it can happen to you. You can look up 40 in your 50s back in them jails, young boys running raggeds. And that ain't for nobody, man. I don't wish that on nobody, man.
For sure. And the thing is, with age, it removes that arrogance and the aura that you got forever.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? When you're 20, you're like, man, I got time to do this.
Right.
I'll do that next week. Like when you get older, you're like, nah, ain't no. The next week's is harder to come by.
Yeah, I gotta get that right now.
Yeah, next week's ain't a gimme. You know what I'm saying? The older you get, and it's just the realities of life. And then you see the older you get, the more people you seeing die,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and it makes death that more realistic to you because you've seen so many people in your days. You feel what I'm saying? You thinking about, like, you talking about Richie and those guys from your young childhood friend. You know how many years ago they been going?
Yeah.
So how many niggas been there?
Bro, ain't no question.
It's like, yo, it's crazy.
No question.
It's crazy. We could do an hour show just talking about people that died.
Oh, yeah. Right. I could do, just on my sons,
Yes.
I could do
Yes.
many hour shows on them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But I'm saying that we probably could sit here for an hour just naming people
Yeah,
that
no,
died
I'm
of
with
gun
you.
violence, just died in the last, since we've been kids.
Right.
Yeah, fact.
That's how crazy
In the
it
last
is.
year. Shit.
Yeah, right?
Man, that's real.
So, you know, we got to just figure out something, you know what I mean? You know, this tables of consequence, but the men that, you know what I mean, that done been through things and, you know, you got to step up and, like, let people know what's going on. Because some of these young boys is following behind people that don't know no better.
Right.
You feel that's the blind leading the blind, you know what I mean?
Right.
So let me ask you this. What was life like when you got your CDL?
I mean, it was cool. It was freedom for me because it gave me a chance to decompress. I'm out on that road. I'm by myself. Like, it gave me a chance to get my mind really right. You feel what I'm saying? And it gave me a chance to look at things from a different perspective. It gave me a chance to pull up and be in towns that most people never heard of and see different people and experience different things. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you see the world from an airplane. It's different when you see it from the road and you've been to New Mexico and
Yeah,
Utah
right.
and South Dakota and like places you would never think about going. You're like, damn, y'all got this here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it liberated, re-energized me. And it was like I'm not going to say an easy road, but it was for a guy like me with my criminal background, it was like a way into entrepreneurship, which was something I never thought about. You know what I'm saying? Other than being a drug dealer, like I never thought about being, you know, running no business, owning business and none of that. Like that, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't exposed to people that did that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You either was a hustler or you had a good job. It wasn't nobody that owned a joint. I mean, Miss what's name had the corner store. But they sold off to the poppies many years ago.
Right.
So it's like you didn't have many examples of entrepreneurship growing up. How many did we have, honestly?
Yeah.
You either get a good job, you the successful drug dealer, or you got a good job.
Oh, you got a good
Right.
job, right?
Right. I just was trying to rewind that shit. Like, you right.
You know what I'm saying? And maturity is understanding was a good job. What was a good job then ain't a good job now.
No, right.
You feel what I'm saying?
It ain't a good job now.
It ain't a good job
right.
now. So,
right.
Yeah, I always looked at now, older. I looked at the jobs as just, a way of staying out the way for a lot of men.
Yeah.
Because even them jobs back then, wasn't enough money at the end of the month.
Right.
Everybody's still struggling. Everybody's still, trying to figure it out. Little side hustles was created. Legit side hustles was created.
Mm.
But now it's like, okay, being an entrepreneur now, I know I'm all in, according to my vision. Like I just believe in me.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just that easy. I just never knew it was that easy.
Yeah.
Because nobody really believed in themselves outside of seeing what they saw, which was a successful drug dealer. The pack moving fast. You know what I'm saying? It's either you had enough heart to do that, or had enough heart to understand that I need to stay out the way of that because I ain't trying to go where they going at.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's shit different, man. You know what I mean? It's different, man. So how that pan out for you? You still doing the truck thing?
I kind of got out of that because once COVID hit, fuel went up, rates went down, and it was just like that's one thing about business. You can't be that arrogant that you won't pivot.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because whatever you put into the business is still an asset. You get off it, and you figure out something else. You know what I'm saying? You figure out something else. You can't be stuck. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be stuck. You gotta keep reinventing yourself, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So what you doing now?
I'm actually working for PAN Philly Anti-Drug Anti-Violence Network as well as Juvenile Justice Center. I'm just giving back to the, I'm just trying to pour back into the youth, pour back into the young people. It's just like it bothers me how frivolously they throw their life away.
Damn.
Right.
And that's the part. It's not that I, you know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, it's a lot of adults and school teachers and people working that's genuinely afraid of the young people in the city of Philadelphia and in the city of America. I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I understand what y'all going through. I speak the language, you know what I mean? I understand what y'all dealing with. But I'm trying to let y'all understand is like, your way you going to buy, you're crazy. You're tripping.
Right.
Like I talked to a young boy say, yo, we don't do it if you do it at night, it don't count. It don't count if you do it at night.
Damn.
And you gotta claim it. I said, so you telling me you gotta do it
broad daylight,
where there's a bunch of witnesses and the possibility of getting caught, and you gotta say you did it even if you got away from there. So you gotta do it in front of people and tell on yourself. Repeat that to yourself and tell me that's a good plan.
Damn.
You feel what I'm saying? Like repeat that to yourself and then tell me how are you going to be successful. But those things have been going on for the last few years. Eventually, the people won't come back to collect. Like, we know you did that.
Ain't no doubt.
You told us you did. You was wearing that outfit right here on that Instagram picture. This the video. You got the joint with the light on it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the part I try to articulate to them. And most of the time, it's some things that they can't get in school because most school teachers are 24 to 40-year-old white women trying to tell young black boys, trying to get them to sit down for 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just the way don't work. You know what I'm saying? So like myself, I encourage more men like myself, like y'all, like get more into it. Like y'all the ones that control your communities.
Right.
Y'all the ones that's going to keep the young boys off Miss Johnson's step.
Right.
Y'all the ones that's going to tell them, yo, man, don't lean on Mr. What's the name car.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And not like that, but just because they know you. You know them. Like they mess with you. Y'all the ones that can say, yo, bro, your nephew, get shorty. Like, get your nephew. Like, you bugging. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just real men conversations that we have all the time. I just realized I just got employed to do something that I always been doing.
Right.
Because I always been, I mean, we always, not just me, y'all the same type of guys. There's plenty of times I see you got all the young boys in the huddle. Man, what is y'all doing?
Facts.
What are y'all doing out here? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got to be more active. We got to get more alert because these is our own, all the stuff these young boys, this, they're a product of our failures.
Right.
See how we telling stories about all these years we was in jail and doing this and doing that? They're product of our failures. So don't turn your nose up at them.
Right.
Right.
Well, where they old heads? Nigga, you.
Right.
Shit, what you
Right.
mean?
Right. That's hot. Yeah.
You was in jail. Where they old heads? They was in jail, nigga, so it wasn't you.
Right.
So it's like, we got to stop. We got to embrace them. You know what I'm saying? Some of them going to do what they going to do and they going to choose. But shit, if you save one life, you
did a
beautiful thing. Because to that family, that's the most important thing in the world.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Real shit. So it's like, you can't, anything is no such thing as a small thing when it's helping to try to do something to try to make things better out here. It ain't no small thing. Everything's a big step. And the people that they look at, like when the people see y'all come around, y'all successful. Y'all come from what they come from. They seen you build up, beat them do young bulls on the ad. They seen you.
Right.
They seen you grow. So when you talk to them, it's different when you talk to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more of an impact for sure.
It's some people that get successful and can't pull up around the way like that.
Right.
Or they don't want to no more.
Right.
So the fact that you do it, and I'm the same way. The fact that the young bulls still see me around, even though I was at my peak, I always was just still around. So I always got that, thing with them. And I give it to them.
That connection is real.
Right.
And I tell it to them from a genuine perspective. Like I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect Paulie here trying to judge you, sure.
Right.
But I'm letting you know how this thing really go.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? And I was doing it before you was born. But I'm trying to, there's other things out here. I wish I had the things y'all got available to y'all. Look what you got. You good at this. Why don't you try that? Look, I'm going to call what's the name for you and try to put you feel what I'm saying? That's the blessing I've had.
Yeah.
The blessing of the music career that I was able to have. Maybe I didn't make millions and millions of dollars, but I always was the same me and I always been a sturdy dude. So I always had relationships. Now, in retrospect and play it forward, Allah blessed me to be able to use the help and resource to help kids. You know what I'm saying? I can call can you come holler at the young boy for me? You know what I'm saying? Like I can make those type of calls that may, to me, it's just a homie doing me a favor. To them, it may change their life, change their direction in life, their trajectory. So it's been a blessing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, they say relationships worth more than money.
Yeah,
It is.
It is.
It is.
That's a true
Because the value of money always go down.
all the time.
For
Yeah.
sure.
The price of your dollar's worth less tomorrow morning when you wake up.
Yeah.
Your dollar gonna be worse than less. So you're always losing money in life.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why you always got to make more.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Man, that was hot.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, he dropped
Yeah,
it.
yeah. But we knew he was going
Right.
We was excited to have you, bro.
Right, for sure.
Shit, y'all already know, man. Off the camera, y'all know what it is. You know what I
Ain't
mean?
no
Y'all
doubt.
know how we get down.
For sure. When the last time you rode around?
I always write rounds.
You still be writing?
I always write
That's
rounds.
your
Like
passion, though.
because now it's like it's a love thing. You know what I'm saying? So that brought it back to me because now I can just make music for love.
Yeah.
Like I ain't
hot.
chasing the money.
That's
So I
hot.
don't care. I make the stuff that I like. Because I don't do this, don't keep my lights on. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about this to keep my lights on. So I don't gotta fall into the charades that everybody be running. You know, I ain't gotta
That's
do the
crazy,
minstrel
right?
show. You know
That's
what I mean? I
crazy.
ain't on that. So
Yeah, man. What you think about what's going on in Philly now with the rap scene? What's going on in Philly? You know, like certain artists. You know what I mean? Is it a separation thing, or do we got it together? Whereas though we try to stick together and make it as one. Do it look? Because I'm looking at it from the internet, like, I don't judge from the internet. You know what I mean? You know, because it could be an act. You know, it could be a promotional thing. Like I'm not really in the inside, so I don't really know. You know, my perspective would be if we stick together, you know what I mean, we could flow through a tunnel. Because all it takes is one of us to really make it big, you know what I'm saying? And then we could funnel everybody else through.
well, the reality is a lot of people from here that made it big.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, when you fly to LA and New York, there's a lot of people from Philadelphia sitting in them seats.
Man.
But the reality, yes. Some of the most powerful people in the industry are from Philadelphia.
Dang.
But the reality is
There ain't no funnel.
some of these artists don't get it. Because I toiled with that. You know what I'm saying? I toiled with trying to get them to understand and try to do business a certain way. And sometimes they just don't understand it. But it's some artists doing some big stuff in the city of
There's
Philadelphia.
some talent in Philly.
You know, you got some of your bigger artists here. You know, obviously you got Meek, Uzi. You know, and then you're
we got
underrated.
some-
Your
yeah,
Tierra
yeah.
Wax.
Yeah, we got
You know,
we
Lay
got
Banks doing things at WNBA and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
like
it's hot.
it's
We got-
people moving around. It's people moving around out here. So it's like we gotta just salute them. Like maybe they don't represent. I don't think Philly. We don't have a young street rapper right now that's
Okay.
big. We don't have a young Meek.
Yeah, right. I get it.
You know what I'm saying? That represent the young generation that made it big. You know,
Wow.
that made it big yet. And I think that will make people from Philly feel better. You know what I'm saying? Will make people feel
Yeah, I
better.
think that'd be huge too.
That would
That'd
be huge.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
But shout out, Core starting to crank it up.
And yeah,
Core cranking it
I
up.
heard his last project too. I
Yeah,
like
man.
this
Core
one.
made a great album.
Yeah,
Man.
that's
He made
good
a
album,
really. He
yeah.
made his album was as good as any album. Forget Philadelphia. It was good as any album out of anybody. So shout out to Core.
Definitely.
He's on a
Yeah.
on a trajectory. You know
That's
what I'm
what's
saying?
up.
He's on the right trajectory for sure.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dope. What we doing, bruh? Boy,
You
Speed
already-
slid up.
Yeah, he slid up, dropped it. You know what I mean? Mike dropped. He hit a lot of key. You know what I'm saying? Things that I wanted to talk about. You know what I'm saying? He went right into it. This was a smooth interview.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
man.
sure. All right, man. We're gonna close it out with, man. Listen, we're gonna do like a boots on the ground thing where we walking around talking about consequences, pulling up on certain people. If you open for that, you know what I mean, we're gonna reach back. Yeah, of course you
Yeah,
are.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Was that a
yeah.
trick question?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That ain't nothing. That's the easy part.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
for
You
right.
gonna
sure.
pull up on me back.
Oh,
Come
man.
on.
So with that being said, welcome to another table of consequence. Let's
You
do
already.
it.